out for you. This is News 3 at 6.
That's definitely the toughest thing. Everybody wants to go, but nobody wants to leave. So that's definitely how I feel.
More than 100 soldiers say goodbye to loved ones to answer the call to duty.
They're preparing for a pretty dangerous mission, one that will put them right on the front lines. And good evening, everyone. Maria's off tonight. Marie Mortera is sitting in for us. Policing Iraq. Not all soldiers are equipped to do that.
But today, a company of the Nevada Army Guard is taking on the job and heading back to Iraq for the second time.
News 3's Rob McMillan is here with more on this. And Rob, this is actually the third time this unit has been deployed since 9/11.
Yeah, right, Gerard. The first one was right after 9/11, and it wasn't too far away. They went to Monterey, California for a year, but then 2 years later in 2003, it was off to Iraq, and that's where 125 National Guard soldiers find themselves heading again tonight. Most of them are from Henderson, so they're local boys, although a handful of the soldiers are from Ely. It's the 72nd Military Police Company. They call themselves the Spartans. They've recently been through a big change, though. Instead of working as MPs in prisoner of war operations, they'll be working in combat support operations instead. For many of these guardsmen, being in the military runs in the family. For one we talked to, well, his father's going to be deployed too.
He is going to be in Iraq in December, and then hopefully he'll be able to come and meet up with me more, and I'll be able to find and track him down. So it's going to be neat having my dad sitting there deployed with a year along with me.
It's real hard because, you know, my dad was gone for a year or whatnot over that, and he's only been home for 2 years, and now I'm deploying. So, I mean, probably real hard on my mom.
So the soldiers will have just a few more hours with their families. We're told the buses leave Henderson in a few hours tonight at midnight. Gerard, back to you.
Okay, Rob, thank you. The 125 soldiers will be heading to Fort Dix in New Jersey for several months of training. Then it is off to Iraq.
Well, as some say goodbye, others remember those who have passed on. Today, Henderson did just that by adding new names to the city's Veterans Memorial Wall. Out of the 15 names, 8 have died, another 2 were killed in action. This morning, they were honored along with others who served in wars past and present. Now, we met up with one woman whose father-in-law was just added to the tribute. After seeing his name for the first time, she called the moment bittersweet.
It's kind of like seeing him put down buried, you know. That was hard enough, but seeing him up here, it's great, but then it's hard too.
Also honored today was the woman behind the memorial, Rhea Johnson, who also passed away this year. Well, for some folks, it's a 3-day weekend to honor and thank our nation's veterans. Tomorrow, Las Vegas will hold the annual Veterans Day Parade through the streets of downtown. It starts at 10 in the morning on 4th Street, stretching between Gass and Stewart.
Hundreds of students, neighbors, and community leaders came together last night to make a united statement against crime. And this comes on the heels of the death of a 14-year-old who lost his life as a result of gang violence.
I'm 15 years old, lost somebody, you know, and it hurts me real bad, you know, but I'm still staying strong. I'm still here, you know, I'm not going to run off to drugs or anything. I'm still going to be in school now. That makes me more motivated to do what my brother wanted to do.
Dearne Austin was shot and killed walking home from a Halloween party. As many remembered Austin, this rally also had a higher purpose. It was a chance to speak out about gang violence and also urge others to speak up. Right now, police have no suspects in the Austin case, but they do have a witness, a friend who was with Austin the night he died. Yesterday's rally is not the only way that Dearne's young life is being remembered. His profile is now being posted on a controversial website called mydeathspace.com. News 3's Hetty Chang is in our internet center tonight. And Hetty, this site basically allows users to post profiles of MySpace users who recently died.
That's right, Gerard. We basically came about this website when we were looking for Dearne's MySpace profile, and that's basically what it is, friends and family members, where they can post an online memorial page. Now, like Dearne, sadly, almost all of these profiles are of young teens, many who lost their lives in tragic or violent situations. The homepage greets users with a message which basically says, "We've given you a place to pay your respects, so please be respectful in your postings." The site website was launched early last year by a 26-year-old paralegal in San Francisco, Mike Patterson. He says it receives about 10,000 visitors a day, half who hate his website and the other half who appreciate it. We found the same reactions here in the Valley.
Recently, I've had my cousin that just passed away, and I'd post up my cousin's death on there and show everybody because it's a memorial. It's something that he should be remembered by everybody.
It's basically like showing dead people off.
We actually spoke with the founder of this website, mydeathspace.com, and we're going to talk to him about why he launched this in the first place tonight at 11. Gerard.
All right, could see where this could be controversial, so look forward to that interview. Hetty, thank you very much. After being on the run for months, one of Metro's most violent and youngest fugitives is off the streets. Emmanuel Goyens was caught by the U.S. Marshal Service Wednesday in California. He's facing 5 counts of attempted murder. Goyens is 18 years old, but still considered one of the county's most violent gang members. He's accused of shooting into a crowd of people in April and then showing up out of Desert Pines High School days later with a gun.
A stretch of Tropicana was shut down early this morning after a car crashed into a pole, ending a high-speed chase with police. Police laid tire spikes out on the I-15 near Tropicana to try and stop the speeding driver. Once he hit the spikes, he lost control and crashed just off the exit ramp. A small fire broke out. The driver of that car was taken to UMC. Well, more than 2 years after a man steered his car into tourists walking on the Strip, family members of the victims faced that driver in court.
My father, but most importantly, my best friend, will be watching over me as he did when he was still here.
That's the son of Gordon Kusayanagi, one of 3 people killed in September of 2005 by Stephen Reza. Almost a dozen others were hurt when Reza plowed into them in front of Bally's. Reza was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole yesterday. He told police he thought the tourists were demons. He will continue to receive treatment for mental illness while in prison.
Paramedics nearly run down, and police say a Nevada senator's nephew is to blame. Metro says they found Eric Ensign, the nephew of Senator John Ensign, slumped over his steering wheel over at Buffalo and Washington. When Ensign came to, police say he tried to run over paramedics and also rammed a fire truck. The 23-year-old is facing DUI and attempted murder charges. Senator Ensign says this is a private family matter.
Well, following a grueling day of testimony, O.J. Simpson left the Regional Justice Center only to be greeted by a crowd of cameras. Police officers had to escort him out. Simpson's preliminary hearing was expected to end yesterday, but 4 more witnesses still need to take the stand. During the court hearing yesterday, O.J. Simpson's attorney took a shot at the man who says he set up the meeting at the Palace Station Casino in September. An aggressive line of questioning by the defense focused on the idea that Simpson was only in that Vegas hotel room to reclaim things stolen from his home. A second key issue, whether Simpson knew guns were used the night of the alleged attack.
He said he didn't see it, okay. And it's there's a real good chance he didn't. He was 3 feet in front of the guy with the gun.
Well, the man at the center of the case, O.J. Simpson, as you see there, sat silent for the 2nd day in a row. We will not hear from Simpson during this preliminary hearing, which resumes Tuesday morning.
In tonight's decision, 2008 presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is gaining more support from Hispanics in Nevada. Assemblyman Ruben Kihn says he's backing the New York senator. Kihn praised Clinton's education positions, health care plan, and says she's the most popular among his constituents in his largely working-class Hispanic district over in East Las Vegas. Clinton will formally accept the endorsement at a campaign stop next week.
Officials continue to clean up areas of the San Francisco Bay after the worst oil spill in nearly 2 decades. On Wednesday, 58,000 gallons of oil leaked into the bay after a container ship struck a tower of the Bay Bridge. Today, 500 workers joined cleanup crews working along the shore of the San Francisco Bay. Authorities shut down roughly 24 beaches after strong tides carried the oil under the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Pacific Ocean. California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has declared a state of emergency in the Bay Area.
Well, it was an amazing stunt by former President George Bush. Up next, what motivated the 83-year-old to take this leap of faith. Plus,
we have 96,000 people on the list. There's a new name added to that list every 12 minutes.
The death of legendary performer Robert Goulet puts the shortage of organ donation at the forefront. How you can help those who are waiting for a life-saving procedure. Also, there's more than money at stake for some gamblers touching these poker chips. Why their health may also be on the line.
And now that it's dark out there, temperature's starting to cool down. We are now at 70 degrees. Coming up, how low we're going to go. And we'll talk about some changes in store for Sunday. Stick around. We'll be back after this.
Thank you for making us your #1 newscast at 6 o'clock. This is News 3 at 6.
Robert Goulet was a good friend of mine, the most charming man, very gifted person.
And the greatest voice, I mean, fabulous voice. There'll never be a voice like that again.
Parts of the Las Vegas Strip were shut down for a funeral motorcade on Friday as family and friends of Robert Goulet made their way from a service out at the Most Holy Redeemer Church to the Wynn Hotel Casino. Tony Curtis and Rich Little, as you saw there, were among the celebrities to pay tribute to Goulet. Robert Goulet passed away last week in Los Angeles while waiting for a lung transplant. And at this very moment, believe it or not, there are more than 96,000 people across the nation waiting for an organ.
And sadly, like Robert Goulet, for most, that gift of life will never come. It was just a few weeks before Goulet passed away that doctors told him he would not survive without an emergency lung transplant. For a successful lung transplant, you must have blood type and size compatibility, so the donor and recipient must be close in size within a few percentage points. The head of the Nevada Donor Network says not only is there a shortage of donors, but there's also a shortage of dialogue.
None of us likes to face the fact that we're going to die someday. We don't like to talk about our own mortality, but I think Mr. Goulet's unfortunate demise is a chance to sort of open that door.
Here in the Valley, the only type of transplant performed is kidney transplants, but groups like the Nevada Donor Network do work with other states to help with other types of transplants. For more information on how to donate, we've set up a link to the Nevada Donor Network on our website, kvbc.com.
A Healthline 3 alert for you tonight. The Southern Nevada Health District wants you to be taking a closer look at a popular brand of poker chips because of concerns about lead. An Arizona news station hired a private lab to test Paulson brand poker chips for lead. All of them exceeded legal limits. Half of them were 160 times the federal limit. The health district says under normal use, the chips are not an immediate threat, but if your kids get a hold of them, that could be a major problem.
If they do place these chips in the mouth, they most certainly have a potential to sustain a significant dose of lead.
The company that makes the chips is based right here in Las Vegas and released a statement that says the chips are not a health hazard when used normally. Wynn Las Vegas and MGM Mirage are the only companies that confirm those chips are in use at their properties. An MGM Mirage spokesperson referred to a statement from the American Gaming Association saying it's concerned and wants health leaders to look into the potential risks.
All right, so check this out. A shocking entrance by former President George H.W. Bush at the Bush Library and Museum in Texas today. The 83-year-old surprised the crowd by parachuting into the reopening ceremony. The 41st president jumped with the Army Golden Knights, the same team he leaped with for his 80th birthday. Mr. Bush landed safely on the library grounds and then greeted his wife, Barbara. Apparently, even members of the president's family had no idea Mr. Bush was going to make the parachuting entrance. And yeah, that's not my kind of stunt. I'm not good with heights.
I think the former president is certainly fearless in many areas. Begs the question, what will he not do?
Yeah.
I think Robert may have an answer.
Oh, I know. The question is, can the president do this? Eat fire. There was a lot of this going on, by the way, at the grand opening of the Trader Vic's at Miracle Mile last night. Great weather, even for hula dancing, Tahitian dancing. You could tell just by what they're wearing there. Yeah, nice and comfortable last night. Then again, there were lots of people around, so we're probably all helping to keep each other warm. This is a great place. This is the outdoor lounge, a patio, great location.